Good day, everybody. I'd like to show you my next set now. Another set video. This is a simpler one of a Marx, really basic, the more affordable box set that came with, I'm not even sure if it had straight tracks. The box is in rough shape. I didn't put it in a picture. But as I remember, the styrofoam didn't look like it had a spot for straights unless somehow they fit in the curve one. But I rescued it. It was in barn shape, I call it. Like it was sitting in a barn. You wouldn't know that set by looking at this. You could tell which side it was stored on. It runs perfect. I got it running great. I could watch this all day. Just an oval. Nothing wrong with the good old oval, I always say. No headlight in the engine. Forward only. No reverse. And the little transformer's more than enough power for it. It'll put it right on the floor. As you see, here's the lowest it'll go. I'm just touching the throttle. Slowest, lowest. The cars are all in perfect shape. Terribly dusty and dirty. Rust on the wheels. And a little Dremel on them. And gear brush and the air can. I use an air can, compressed air instead of a little air compressor. Because when I work at night, I don't want to bother the family upstairs with the air compressor running. Kicking in once in a while. If you're going to use these old sets, which is great, but the Marx transformer here and some early Lionels too didn't come with a circuit breaker. So if anything went wrong or you left a derailment on the track with the throttle on, walked away from it, it could start on fire. So I like to get these add-on ones. They're 5 amp. If you get one, 5 amp. And of course, you just got your 2 terminals here. You just cut into one of the wires. And if it blows, you just hit the button, reset. I don't know if you can see the writing on this. This will save you your search. I get the light right. Hope you can see that. I won't know till after I look at the video. Otherwise, it's a 5 amp resettable circuit breaker. I gotta get the right angle again. Don't worry, I won't dump it. I hope. I like pushing the line. I've dumped them before. A really nice family gave this to me for free. They just hoped somebody could do something with it. That was in rough shape. But a little bit of care here and there, and it's looking like new. And I mean, things just will. Any machine can be fixed if you got a foundation, any kind of machine. You got the foundation. My batteries hold out. I want to stretch this video out longer. Banging and clanging. Plastic card. The cars are just what they were. I'd clean them up, get the rust off the wheels, and the posset tracks. Lock-on was like new. and the transformer worked right away. Gotta tell you something. It's plugged in, so I can't actually do it. If you put your multimeter on some of these transformers, and the needle doesn't on your meter doesn't react right, or if you got digital, go like this with the throttle about 100 times with it not plugged in, you know, and see if it self-cleans. A lot of times it'll just do that. If it's terribly corroded in there, it won't. You got to take it apart and put your whatever you clean it with on. I use the greenies a lot, the Scotch Brights. But sometimes, you know, about 50 times, and you get a good reading on a needle. This one was like that. The needle was jumping at first, and then after I did that, it was smooth going up and down throughout the throttle range. Had a good voltage reading. Quick clean, I call it. Works, it works. I just get a little corroded on top of the coil windings from sitting. When you make your bigger sets, or even a small one, and you do use tubular track like Lionel or Marx, you can have a bad insulator in the center rail anywhere sometimes. It's a great idea. You got 40, 50 tracks or more sometimes in a bigger set. Before you put it together, do a continuity check across it. Make sure you don't have any shorted tracks. Better to find out then. If you put it together and you got a short, where do you start? Which one is it? You don't want to take the whole thing apart again. So whatever a guy's method is then, he'll take a certain section apart and test the whole thing until you get a bad section, narrow it down. But the cars are all in good shape. The engine was in pieces. The motor was out of it. The rods were dangling. And the shell was broke. You can see my JB fix here on the inside. The camera will catch it. This whole side of the shell was in the box. So my good old friend JB Weld. And it looks great. And also, I had to fix the center rail pickup. You got to bend that right or it'll flop over sometimes. And forward only, I had to find out why it didn't run. Bad connection. It's not a wire going up on this one to the motor, but this is actually, there's no wire. It's the plate itself is this side of the called this brush holder. That's the side of the motor. And actually that wasn't bad, but the other brush goes through the coil, of course. It's forward only, and to the frame, ground, and there's my bad connection. It's got a pickup on each axle, which had to be cleaned too. But also inside here, I'm going to try here, the motor mount was missing. Great, what do? I didn't want to take one off a good engine, so I made it. On this particular one, if you can see a slot here, there's a slot on each side. It just had a bar going across that I had to make. It's a bar that kind of goes onto two tabs on the motor and across the engine too. And to get it apart, you'd pry the shell. Yeah, I guess they didn't know how to do that, or they lost it. I wish I had a flashlight, but right in here is the piece I made. It looks kind of like the tab here is just what sticks out, and then it's wider, and it goes across the front of the engine. And I had to put a hole in to go on the motor itself. So trial and error. The first time I did it, I thought I made it just right. And when I went to put it together, figuring the tab's got to be in the middle, it's not. It has to be at the very bottom of the bracket you're making. So the engine looked like that. It's like all that work and So next one, it lined up perfect now. So if you can see, this tab is actually at the lower end of the bracket, not right in the middle. It's on the bottom. And it's got sounds of steam, where this tab here is supposed to make the steam sound. But it's such a light engine, I couldn't get it adjusted right where it wasn't lagging every time it tried to push against the sound button, so I just left it. I bent it where it wouldn't cause the engine to run rough. Like boom, 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 so it was more smooth. And then a little oil. Clean up the wheels for continuity. And Marx, you know, they just run forever. Very little chance you'll ever lose a Marx motor. Not that the other ones are junk, you know, manufacturers. Like Marx is always good quality, high quality. Just a hair off center this way, but I was gonna say something else. I forgot what it was, but anyway. Checking a transformer there. Getting a little warm, but not too warm. Gotta make sure if they get more than a little warm, we gotta do something. Make it good. Keep an eye on it if you're not sure ever. Leave it plugged in as long as you can, like an hour. But you gotta be there with it if you're worried. If it don't heat up by then, you're probably okay. Always check your cord for any breaks, or if you go like this and it just insulation breaks off. And look at the plug end, especially where it plugs into the wall. Look at where the cord goes into that plug. Bend it back and forth. It's very, very common for a wire to be showing there. And you can put cords on anything if the cord's bad. Take it apart and solder it in. This one's fine. Keeping an eye on it. Give it the test. I like making all sets big or small, all sizes, all gauges too. I think most Marx had the reverse unit. This is the real, more affordable one, where it had forward only, no reverse unit. New York Central. If you ever oil the armature too, oil lightly. Never over oil anything. Especially on the brush end. If I can show you here. Take the lightweight hobby oil. And this is the side of the motor with the brushes. Get this rod out of the way. You can barely see it, but right above this brush holder is the armature pin. So you just touch that with your pen oiler, you know, with the stick on, what do you call it? If you get too much on there, it's gonna run down on the commutator and affect the brushes, and then it runs really terrible. I'm not sure if I had to solder this or not, I don't remember. But the other side isn't so critical, but you still don't want to over oil it. The gear right there is the other side. A little play in it. No, that's the motor. And hit underneath that gear for the other side of the armature. So that being said about don't over oil, or the armature especially, then you want to get a little here on the gear and the axles and whatever you use for your gears. I put oil on them, heavyweight oil though, lighter weight for the motor. Get a heavy oil. Some guys use grease. Everything's fine. But I think oil stays on longer than grease. The grease seems to wear off so quick. It's a lot easier to put on and not so messy. Then you work up to E units, like Lionel reverse units. That's a challenge. You'll like it. There's 6 little fingers in there that gotta work just right on the drum, and the plunger that pulls the drum around. It's heating up a little more. I'm not worried about it. Transformers are gonna get some heat. Even HO, anything. Just watching it grow. Having my morning coffee. Peppermint spice creamer in it. No, sorry, pumpkin spice. Nice little engine. It's a 490, number 490. You got to maintenance a train engine just like a car, HO, O gauge, whatever, and clean it and oil it every now and then, or it's gonna stop running, like your car. A little oil on the wheels too. Whenever you restore these cars, you hit not too much oil again too. We get a little oil on the axle. They'll roll easier. You'll pull more cars. You'll have better traction up the trestles. This is the test. Transformer, everything. It's done for sale, but I want to make sure everything's right. Interesting to mention, I started my own website finally. I got my own site for selling. If you ever want to see it, it's not stock by any means yet. I got a lot on there, but some sets in that. It's called thetrainsaver.com. I should put it in a video, the description, the link. It's the Train Saver, but it's www.ttrainsaver.com. A T before train, like the ttrainsaver.com. Eventually I'm going to have all my items on there. Using eBay up until then. But eBay takes 13%. Well, it's a big audience, or you can reach a lot of people. They take a pretty good cut. You got your own website, it's all yours. I mean, the website costs something too, but then so does eBay if you got a store. There's a little bit each month for that. And the websites can be relatively cheap. They can be more expensive or cheaper. Mine's like, I think it's $200 or $300 a year. Hardly anything per month. You can cover that in sales. $12 into $250 or whatever. And there's a lot of website programs that you get started on that are really easy to use for like the beginner. I didn't know anything about making a website. Yeah, I could let this run all day. I think I better get up for breakfast. I'll make another video soon. I think the next one, if you want to watch for it, if you do that, you watch my videos, it's going to be just like this one, but a cheaper Lionel set with that little DC switcher. I think it's a Republic switcher. Couple of cars, oval track again. Just got done with a huge 10x6 Lionel 2 train with a FM Trainmaster Chicago Northwestern and a 262 New York Central steamer. Bunch of accessories and everything. Now I'm doing a smaller one here. I think I'm about out of batteries in the camera anyway, so I'll go. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a good day. And God bless.